And it is time for the Word on Wall Street. Top investors watching your money. Joining me right now, the Fitz-Gerald Group principal, Keith Fitz-Gerald, and Brig McAdam Limited founding partner, Greg Swenson. Great to see everybody this morning. Thank you so much for being here. Greg, I guess Twitter is one of the story stocks of the morning, but tech has been on fire recently. Twitter filed a lawsuit against Elon Musk in a move to force him to complete the $44 billion acquisition. Musk moved to kill the deal last week, as you know, saying that Twitter did not provide the proper data on the amount of fake accounts at the platform. Your reaction to this, and how are you feeling about tech right now, Keith?
Well, let's take that in reverse order. I still love tech because it's not going anywhere. As cybercrime continues to rise and personal utilization of tech continues to rise, it's the single largest trend possibly in human history, and our world's going to be a better place for it. So I still like that. But with regard to Twitter and Musk specifically, Twitter's going to try to paint Musk as juvenile, infantile, breaking the deal. I mean, this is how these things are going to get played out. It's going to be a trial by media. Musk, on the other hand, in my opinion, has a very valid point. Twitter has never come clean about fake accounts. If he, in fact, is successful in proving this, then Twitter has an SEC problem, and that's not going to be good for investors. So, to me, this is a canary in the coal mine for the entire social media space, because the whole idea of monetizing eyeballs, turning people into products, benefiting from knowledge that we otherwise don't volunteer to give is questioned.
Yeah. So where are you in terms of the stock and buying tech right now, Keith? Would you buy stocks here after this big rally that we just saw in the last month, or do you still want to wait for better valuations?
I'm constantly hunting for small dips here and there. I've slowed my buying way down, but I am continuing to play offense because I think that's what history shows is the prudent course of action. I'm not trying to hit home runs. Yep. It's just, a couple hundred shares here and there. That's all we're doing. But I'm not scared of it. I'm not backing away from it because I believe in the long-term thing. I believe the sun's coming up tomorrow, and I'm going to invest accordingly.
Well, I got to ask you both about the second quarter earnings season. Greg, what are you expecting from earnings? Do you think that we're going to hear corporate executives give us bad news about the second half of the year?
I think so. I mean, you're starting to see inflation, especially the PPI numbers, factor into earnings, and a bit of a wage price spiral too. You look at United Airlines last month having to concede to a 14% increase for the pilots. So, that kind of demand, I think, will start affecting some of the corporate earnings.
What do you think, Keith?
I agree with that. I think 100% because, the key here is pricing power. And we have companies like Pepsi, for example, that not only put good numbers up, but are going to plan to increase prices and move forward, raise expectations. So this idea of pricing power is very real. Those are the stocks you want to buy because the best is going to survive, the rest are not.
Well, you also have a dollar issue, right? When you talk about global corporations, how strong has the dollar been? Is that going to be a factor this earnings season?
Yeah, I
think
so.
that a lot of executives are going to make hay about it, but I think the media is going to make more hay about it because executives have a Treasury Department and a Finance Department, and if they're hedging that properly, then they've already accommodated that, and they have a mechanism in place. So they're going to be concerned, but it's not going to be material.
Greg, final word.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. And I think, pricing power is important. Not all companies can raise prices. And then, of course, their costs are going to hit margins.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen, great to talk with you. Thanks very much. Keith Fitz-Gerald and Greg Swenson on the Word on Wall Street. Thank you, sirs. Much more ahead this morning. Coming up, a very special look.
Hi, it's Keith here. Thanks for checking out today's highlight clip. What'd you think? Did I make sense? Is there something you'd like to add? Make sure you leave a comment down below, and of course, click subscribe to keep up right here on YouTube, or sign up for the email newsletter at the link below. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram for my real-time thoughts on markets, analysis, and a whole lot more.